My name is Chris from ChristopherHall.com and welcome to the only healthy diet that's the same for everyone continued. In this part of the video I want to expand on what I talked about in the last video, and I want to expand more on all body systems. Because what I talked about is the diet that has to promote the optimal function of all body systems. Now, there are a lot of diets out there, and there are a lot of diets that people think are healthy, and there are a lot of ways of eating that people think are healthy. One of the great ones are things like veganism, vegetarianism, raw foodies, all these different types of ways of eating. You have the traditional sort of Western diet, whereas I hope all of you listening to this know that as not to be healthy. But things like, fruitarianism, veganism, vegetarianism, raw foodists, all those different types of things. Now, I'm not saying that they're unhealthy, but what I want to, again, describe in this video is health is something very specific. All these other different types of diet, veganism, vegetarianism, raw foodists, fruitarians, Western diets, it's a scale. Some are healthier than others. So I want to put it into that sort of perspective. Veganism isn't healthy, necessarily. Vegetarianism isn't healthy. Raw foodists aren't healthy. Again, health is a very specific thing, but what I will say is something along the lines of veganism is healthier than the Western diet. Vegetarianism is healthier than the Western diet, but maybe not as healthy as veganism. Now again, depending on what raw food you eat, that would be maybe more healthy than the veganism. So again, it's on a scale. So when I'm talking about a healthy diet, I'm not talking about all these different types of diet because they are healthier than each other. They aren't necessarily health. And again, if you come to ChristopherHall.com, I'll start to explain why. Because again, in these short YouTube videos, it's very hard for me to explain the ins and outs of, first of all, a healthy body, which is what we'd look at first, and then applying diet to that healthy body. Because when we find out what a healthy body is, we can then find out what a healthy diet is. Because, again, when I sit with people, they use a healthy diet and they've kind of bastardized the word. And it does get thrown around in many different contexts, and it's way out of context. So what we have to do is we have to bring it back into context. And by understanding what a healthy body is, then we can understand what a healthy diet is. Okay? And that is what ChristopherHall.com is all about. It's about educating and sharing with people who want to understand it, how to understand it. Okay? And what it is, and more specifically, what it is specifically. Okay? We're going to be looking at certain types of foods. We're going to be looking at certain types of fluids. We're going to be looking at what the body is, how it works. And again, if you think you know, I would still ask you to come to ChristopherHall.com, because what most people know to be the way the body works is not necessarily true. And again, I'll be able to explain what all of that is when we get to ChristopherHall.com in the videos. Okay? Well, thanks a lot for watching. I will speak to you in a future video.